First of all, you don't need to ignore your 3D when you're manifesting anything, and especially not when you're manifesting an SP that's triggering you right in your face. Thing is, yes, we can absolutely manifest any version of anybody, of anything that we want, but that certainly does not mean that you should be tolerating disrespect in any way, shape, or form. You are allowed to want what you want and who you want. I am not here to judge you, and I will never judge you based on any of the desires that you have. Legally, of course, we don't need disclaimers here. But what I will say, and what I will stand on, is that you love and respect yourself more than any version of anybody that makes you feel small and unwanted or unloved. Like I said, I mean, you obviously are allowed to want what you want and to revise anything that you want. But please, as long as you don't abandon yourself along the way in the process, don't neglect yourself, because you need you. If that's the case, like, you need you now more than you need any version of anybody that you're manifesting. Even though it may seem like you need them more than you need you, because like you feel like your whole life and your whole existence depends on them and them being in your life, that's not the case. You need you. Choose you. If somebody makes you feel unsafe, unloved, disrespected, or anything like that, like, that is not a sign to just persist harder. Like, that's a sign for you to return to you. But you have to know if that's the case. Your peace, your safety, your wholeness is non-negotiable. End of discussion. It is non-negotiable. If you are not with your SP and your SP asks you to not reach out, to not call, to not text, to not, maybe they even have you blocked, I am begging you, do not beg them. Do not chase them. Respect their wishes. Respect your SP's boundaries. Respect yourself enough to respect their boundaries. You can hold your vision. You can, and you will manifest your desires even while stepping back. Hold your vision, but leave the 3D alone. Leave everything in the 3D alone, including people, especially people. Leave them alone. Respect their boundaries. Now, you will, obviously, like, it's human to feel desperation and sadness and obsession and frustration and impatience. Those feelings are valid. They're human. But don't use them as an excuse for acting on them, if that makes sense. Like, don't give in to them. Utilize them and regulate them. Again, you're respecting them in the 3D, respecting them, all while you are also respecting yourself to give yourself what you want, to give yourself and dedicate yourself and to choose the desired life and future with them that you want, all while leaving them alone. An example that you and SP are actually together, or even you live together, and that version of them just keeps triggering you. It's like, it's just right in your face. Like, it can be difficult dealing with that, like when it's right in your face, right? And I understand it can be very, very triggering. But at the same time, you can't just allow every time that a trigger pops up, that it sends you spiraling and self-abandoning. That's not going to do anything for you. Like, that's just basically reinforcing. So when this, does happen, when the triggers do happen, don't automatically jump into, this is not working, I'm wasting my time, this is BS, whatever. Pause. Breathe. Interrupt the pattern. Interrupt the reaction. Catch yourself. Catch the compulsion. And remind yourself in the moment who you are and what you are doing. And remind yourself that this is just old playing out. Like, it has to play out. Like, it's not that common that things just shift overnight. It can happen, obviously, but when we have a lot of attachment to the things that we are manifesting, especially if it's around people, we have resistance. And resistance is going to cause reactions. Resistance is going to cause intrusive thoughts, negative thoughts, but it's important to not dwell on them, not dwell in them. Like, we can't control how often they come in. We can't control when they're going to come in, if they're going to come in, but you can control how you handle them and what you do with them. Remember, if you engage in these negative thoughts, you start wavering. When you start wavering, you start spiraling. When you start spiraling, the mess starts. And then you feel like you're starting all over again. You're at the very beginning again, because you felt like how you felt at the beginning. But you are not at the beginning. You are never at the beginning. You just keep going. If you're going on a bike ride from your house to I don't know where, and you fall down, do you have to go back to your house to continue the ride, or you just keep going? You just keep going. So just keep going. Shifts are bound to happen. It is inevitable. Everybody in your reality is conforming to your assumptions. That's the whole point of even like everybody is you pushed out. Like everybody is you pushed out. I hate that term. I hate that term so much with every fiber of my being because people take it so literally. If anything, you give your ego that reassurance by reminding it of the process of what we are doing, of who you are, that you are in charge. You're not here to win some argument with anybody. You're here to win your reality. You persist in your story no matter what, with no interference, and certainly no crossing SP's boundaries in the name of manifesting. Like, we do not do that. Let's just be decent human beings and respect everybody's boundaries, just like you want other people to respect your boundaries, respect their boundaries. Another thing that I want you to understand is that you are not manipulating anybody. You are not playing with anybody's free will, and you're not even changing anybody. You are not changing your SP. What you are doing is you are changing your assumptions. You are changing your story, not them. You're not doing anything to them. Leave them alone and handle your own assumptions, handle your own beliefs. You are simply choosing to dwell and persist in the version of them that chooses you and respects you and treats you the way that you want to be treated, that aligns with the reality that you want to have with them, with the future that you want to have with them. That version is real. That version is as real as the one that is currently there. But to experience the new one, you gotta hold the story that reflects it. You can't keep contradicting it. And I know it can be very hard sometimes, but it just has to be worth it. If it's worth it to you, if you say that it's worth your time, your energy, then what else is there to say? Persist. Like, if you want something, nobody should be convincing you to keep going. If you like say, this is not for me, I don't want to keep doing this anymore, you don't have to keep doing this anymore. Nobody is forcing you to do this. You are free to live your life. And that doesn't mean that you failed. It was a choice. I choose to not continue. And that is you're right. That is your prerogative. You are free to do that. You are free to solely focus on you. And I love that for you if you decide that. And I love that for you if you continue to pursue the life of your dreams with your SP. I love that for you as well. I love your dedication to yourself, no matter what that looks like. But don't take the energy and dedication away from you just because you are manifesting an SP. You are your ultimate SP. As cheesy as it sounds, and I hate being cheesy, I hate saying these cheesy things, but you are your ultimate SP because the relationship with yourself is the longest one you'll ever have in your life. You can get away, from everybody around you, your family members, from your friends, from your siblings, from your co-workers, from your SP. You can get away from everybody, but you cannot get away from yourself. So you need to learn to be with yourself and understand yourself and show up for yourself and give the same love and dedication to yourself as you would your SP. It's not about being delusional. I always say this, like, I get that it's a trend, like Delulu is this a Lulu. I get that. Whatever. But it's just me, like, I'm just too literal for it. I'm too literal for it because you're not delusional. Like, you're not delusional for choosing to pursue whatever the reality that you want. Because how is it not delusional to dwell and persist in unfavorable thoughts that you have no evidence of? So like worrying, anticipating problems, expecting the worst, thinking worst case scenarios. That's not delusional, right? That's just preparing and being realistic and better safe than sorry, right? But as soon as we persist and dwell and think positively, think aligned with the life that we want, then it's reckless, then it's chaotic, then it's illogical, then it's delusional, then it's unrealistic. Whatever. Not in my reality anyway. You choosing thoughts that align with the future that you want and you showing up for yourself day in and day out is courageous, if you ask me. That's dedication. That's discipline. Not delusional. I'm going to say, get clear on what you want and with whom you want that with. Know if it's worth your time and your energy. And please, keep yourself first. Prioritize yourself and your well-being above anything and anybody else. And persist. You got this.